Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another USA basketball recap. The men's just played their first game in the knockout round, knocking off Spain 95-81. Joined this morning, as always, by Raymond Lyons, Cardo Dudley Jr., Wilson Tarpe Jr., and we're going to get right to it. Um, Ray, we'll let you start this one. Just your initial thoughts on USA knocking off Spain.
With this team, is always going to start and end for me with defense. When they turned up their defense in the second half, that was game. They just made things difficult for Spain, and the defense fueled their offense. Same story with basically all of their wins. You know, um, on offense, the talent is there, but sometimes on that other end, they just allow teams to be too comfortable and they don't disrupt anything. So then it's just a shot making contest. But when they buckle down and get stops, it's hard to deal with this team. Because of their talent and versatility. And this game is the same thing. They just came down and made it hard. And then of course the talent showed through on the offensive end. Kevin Durant comes back with another super efficient game, 10 for 17, 29 points. And then they have four other players in double figures, kind of spread the wealth around. So I think they're starting to find themselves. You see them kind of getting real used to this FIBA style of play. We saw one time Jason Tatum knocking the ball off the rim, things like that. Yeah, man, I just feel like they're kind of coming into their own, and it couldn't have came at a better time because I earlier in this Olympic journey, I don't think they win a game like this, But it's a good performance, man. It's good to see them be consistent on defense. We saw last game when they just kind of smothered Czech Republic. Spain's a little bit more talented, but they're able to present the same issues for them or any team really. We all know what they're deficient in the size department, but they make up for that with speed, athleticism. They force 17 turnovers. They get in the passing lanes. They make you start your offense really far from the basket. So yeah, those just things they use to their advantage. It's just good to see them string these wins together with and everything starting on the defensive end for them.
Cardo?
Yeah, I think the third quarter won the game for USA. It was tied at halftime, and then the third quarter, both teams came out fighting. But I feel like USA really clamped down defensively, and obviously that's when Kevin Durant did what he does. Hit timely shots consistently, along with guys like Tatum, chipping in. And they got the edge in the third quarter, and I think it deflated Spain. Where in the fourth quarter, it was just about maintaining and not being sloppy. Keep on executing, basically keep your foot on their neck, and then you'll win this game. And that's what happened. Because in the first quarter, Spain is one of those countries that have a lot of pride, man. You know what I mean? Ricky Rubio came out with 13 to 21 points. In the second quarter, Sergio Rodriguez came out and joined the club and was getting buckets with on him, man, with Rubio, and that's why the game was tied. You know what I mean? But as the game wore on, outside those two, no one else really had anything for USA, and USA saw that. And they were attacking their guys, but also defensively, not allowing other guys to even think about getting going. And that's what you saw. Sometimes, we talk about defense, but sometimes offense is your defense. You making shots and putting pressure on the other team, keeps deflating them where they can't even get going offensively because they so worried about trying to get stops on you. It deflates the other team, and that's what you saw. And whenever they try to make a run, Kevin would go on his own solo run just to kill their run. And, they just couldn't recover, man. And that's how the USA got enough of a cushion where they can maintain and win this game. Rebounding, I know Spain won 42-32, but USA is a small team. You know what I mean? They're not big. I mean, I think the only footers on the team is Kevin, and he's not even really a footer. He's like 6'10", 6'11", and JaVale. You know what I mean? And JaVale he didn't even get in the game. So it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Kevin was playing the 5 a lot with Bam. So, but turning them over 17 times, the shots you make and holding them to 30% from 30% from the 3-point line and basically taking the. I mean, they had they had 5 players that played with 0 points. That's defense, man. So you deflated them in other ways, and that's key. So even though they're small and they may be getting our rebound, I feel like they're finding other ways to just take the team apart. And that's the name of the game, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what this team is, because this team is, if you look at this team, this roster is based off of versatility, guys being able to do multiple things. And that's what you keep seeing game to game. It's not the traditional way where we used to seeing where they just dominate physically in every way because we're bigger and we're more talented. They're dominated with versatile ways where guys are just killing you in ways that may not show up on the box score, and sometimes they do, and there's nothing other teams can do about it. And the thing I love most about this game, 27 assists and 9 turnovers. If the other team not getting the ball and you're moving the ball and guys are making shots, or multiple guys are making shots, it's hard. It's hard to stop that. They're already hard enough one on one because of the talent on the roster. But when the ball is moving and you know as a defender they will move the ball and you know the other guy that the ball is going to is capable of making that shot, it just stresses your defense to the breaking point. And that's what you saw with Spain, man. As the game wore on, they couldn't rotate good enough and they couldn't get stops. And then especially when USA, we all know when they get out and run, I don't care what team they bring over here, when USA gets out and run, it's a bucket. And you know, that was all she wrote, man. So it was a good win. I'm glad they got pushed because now this brings confidence. Like, all right, cool, we good to go. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna need it as they keep going. We're gonna see who wins the next game between Australia and Argentina to see who faces them. Either way, that's gonna be a tough game. And I'm definitely paying attention to the other side of the bracket because, yeah, Larry Legend Jr. He not playing games out there. He ain't tasted that L since he started playing FIBA on the Olympic stage. So he on a mission. So it's gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of shooters with Slovenia, and you know what I mean. So it's gonna be fun. But if USA continues to do what they do defensively, uh, things will work itself out.
Yeah, just to chime in a little bit, like you said, this roster is what it is. It's a night with that versatility, and two of the guys did a great job making Spain's defense kind of bend just a little bit more than they would have liked. Draymond and Bam did a great job after they screened and they were the roller. Once they caught the ball, picking the corners apart. The ball was humming after they got it, and you saw that all night long. And then the two of them defensively too, like you said, because they're able to switch more. So there's things that they gain, even though they're losing some size. And when they were going on that run defensively, you have 5 dudes flying all over that court. Um, it's annoying to deal with. And once they get in transition, as you mentioned, I got a couple unsportsmanlike calls on Spain for trying to slow the tempo. The last thing they wanted to do was get out and run with them. And, outside of Rubio going nuts, people are kind of subdued. But yeah, those two really, really big impact on the game, and yeah, it was a good win, confidence booster. I think back around lost to France, so they couldn't lose again the rest of the way. They haven't thus far. Gonna pull up. We talked about what may lie ahead. There we go for folks. So some of you guys are brave and want to stay up the entire time. You got a game that starts at 8 that matters for in terms of who the USA will play. You want to take a nap? That works too. Australia, Argentina starts at 8 a.m. Eastern, and then, well, I'm sorry. Before that, you got Italy, France at 4:20 a.m. So it's going to be fun to see who's playing who and how this thing shakes out. But got some heavy hitters in this one. You guys have anything that you want to add just about the draw as a whole, or I assume we're pretty much done talking about this game as it is.
I already talked about the draw, but definitely I'm gonna give a shout out to Ricky Rubio. Respect. we can't forget who's guarding him, man. That's Drew Holiday, man. And he basically put 40 on his head, and you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't even his game. His game is pass first and get what he can get. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean, man. And it further shows that us, I'm talking about American players, when we come and play for Team USA, you gotta come with it because they got a lot of pride. Like you see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like in a lot of ways, they view the Olympic stage a lot more tougher and with more claim than they do the NBA stage, man. You know what I'm saying? So you saw how when the game was over, you saw Ricky Rubio walking off the court with his head down because he felt like, man, we failed. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, we got knocked out. You know, for right now, you know what I mean? So that was an impressive performance because, like I said, it's one thing to put up numbers, but I also look at who you're doing it against. And, you know, Drew Holiday ain't somebody that you could just do that to, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it was screens and all types of stuff in it, but still, I've seen them lock up plenty of dudes, you know what I'm saying, with screens and all that, man. So, you know, that's a testament to him just being focused and locked in and try to help his team win, help his home country win or whatnot. But that's why I'm looking at Luka. Because if it's one position that has been torching USA, it's that guard position, man. You know, for some reason, it's been consistent since exhibition. And Luka the wrong one. And he's going to be itching and be like, yeah, I mean, if I could take, if it gets to that, they meet in the gold medal round, he's like, if I could take them USA, that says a lot, man. So, man, we got to clean that up, man, because these guards not playing. They've been torturing USA this whole entire time since they was in Vegas. So, but no, I respected Ricky Rubio. That was a hell of a performance.
For sure, and like you said, like one of those guys already got at USA in Vegas already. And if Australia comes out of that matchup against Argentina, Patty Mills isn't tripping about seeing this team again because he's had good games against the USA. Obviously, there's more than Patty Mills over there. But like you said, that position has been a bit of an issue for folks for the USA, and that's something they have to shore up to bring the goal back home, regardless of you're dealing with guards, talented guards the rest of the way. With this, regardless of what happens. I mean, what's it called? When they play France, didn't Fournier go crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, there's been a legit theme, like it's a trend theme, whatever you want to call it. It's multiple people doing it. We have passed the scientific method. It is a thing that happens against Team USA. Like it's something you have to be aware of. Again, that's 38 for Rubio tonight. And man, but something they got to deal with and get in order. You guys have anything else before we wrap up? All right. Quick word from the folks over at Oohs and Ahs. This August, support Black-owned businesses for National Black Business Month. As a Black-owned business, Oohs and Ahs has been a staple in the community, serving as a safe space since its founding in 2003, striving to preserve Black culture. Oohs and Ahs using their talents in the genre of soul food. The restaurant stands with those peacefully protesting injustice, fighting against hatred and racism, and working to create an inclusive community for all. Get over to oohsandahs.com. Again, that's oohsandahs.com to see the menu, hours, and more. And again, there's 2 locations. So order today from U Street or Georgia Avenue. Don't forget to get over to the Focus TV. We'll see you guys very soon because the women play. We'll be back in 24 hours to talk about the women's game. Double check what they're playing. I want to say Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get some rest, and we'll see you guys for that. Have a great evening. Well, have a great day, rather, right?